So here's one of the first questions I asked them, and I'm going to start off this session with that question. There's no right answer. Don't look at your neighbor. So here's my question. If I asked you to classify yourself as a person, would you more naturally think of yourself as a storyteller or a number cruncher? Think about it for just a moment. What comes more naturally to you, storytelling or number crunching? You're saying, how would I know? You've known for a long time. You probably knew. I'll tell you when I knew. I knew when I was about 13 or 14, right after my first English literature class. And I was asked to read Moby Dick, and I did. And I was ready for the discussion, ready to talk about whales and captains. So I show up in class ready to talk about whales and captains, and there's nary a mention of whales or captains. And about 15 minutes into the session, the instructor says there was no whale. And I said, what? I distinctly remember a big black fish going all the way through the book. And then she started talking about hidden meanings in the book. And I remember sitting there saying, really? That's what Herman Melville was thinking when he wrote that? And my reaction when I came out of that class was, never again am I going to subject myself to this kind of bullshit. And my life was laid out for me. It was Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Algebra 3 out of high school. And these were the good old days when you could go to college and not have to deal with the crap you have to do today, core curriculum. You know what? They make you take classes for 2 years you never want to take. Those days you could take numbers class, numbers class, numbers class, numbers degree out there. And then you had a numbers job. You're a banker, an engineer. And after about 4 years of entering numbers into spreadsheets, you got incredibly bored. So what do? Come back to business school. You're in that class. About 180 people in my class are number crunchers, recovering number crunchers. But there were people in that literature class who loved this hidden meaning stuff. I've never understood them. They're the poets. My youngest son is a poet. He showed me his first poem, and I don't think he's going to show me too many poems after this, because he showed me the poem, and I said, Kiran, I think there's a problem. Aren't the last words supposed to rhyme? He said, Dad, you're not a poet. That's why you don't get this. He said, you're right. But there were people who loved this hidden meaning stuff. They took Literature 1, Literature 2, Literature 3, became history majors at Yale, went to work and discovered that even Yale history majors don't get paid very much. So after about 3 years of poverty-stricken lives, they come back to business school. They're the other 120 people in my class. That's roughly speaking what my class breaks down into. 60% number crunchers, 40% storytellers. And once this classification happens, the number crunchers start to preen. They say, what the hell are you guys doing in this class? This is a numbers class. It's a valuation class. And that's when I have to let them in on what I think is the biggest hidden secret in valuation. Valuation can never be just about the numbers. If you have just a collection of numbers in a spreadsheet, you just have a collection of numbers in a spreadsheet. To me, valuation is a bridge between stories and numbers. And let me explain what I mean by that. When you show me a valuation, I point to a number and ask you, why is that number what it is? I need to hear a story. And when you tell me a story about a company, about great management, about a brand name, and I say, what does that story mean? I need to hear a number. Good valuations bridge that divide. And it is what, I know this word is going to sound strange in the context of valuation. The story is what gives soul to your valuation. A valuation is a spreadsheet. The story is what gives your valuation a soul.